Hello everyone, welcome back to Old Dad's My Lane Mess. And in today's video, I'm adding some battle damage and some wear and tear to the Panther parts. I'm taking a break from the PZ4, and no, it's not because there's any issues or anything. It's actually coming along very, very well. I'm In all honesty, I'm absolutely shocked with how well things have turned around. I'm really happy with it so far. But getting back to today's video here, as I've said before, I like to stay a build or two ahead, and so I'm trying to get a little bit of the side stuff done on the Panther here, because the build will be coming up here soon, and I'm using my Dremel, and that is actually a bit for metal, for grinding down metal and stuff like that, and I'm just using it to thin out the insides of this. As you see there, I'm constantly blowing out the dust, and then I'm using a flashlight to check the thickness. And as you can see, the bottom there is really super paper thin now, so that's where I want it. That back edge that still needs some more. So I keep doing that until I get it to how the thickness I feel safe or comfortable with. And then when I get it down there, I will use a little wire brush attachment, and then I go in there, and this actually helps smooth everything out and get rid of some of the higher spots in it without being quite as aggressive as a metal cutting bit is. And yeah, it works really good. One of the things that I gotta stress though is make sure you keep checking the thickness, because you want it thin, but you don't want to blow through. And I actually did blow through this one here with the metal cutting bit. And here comes the controversial part, apparently. I've had quite a few people tell me that I'm stupid because I used Tamiya extra thin on these parts, and they just, you don't need to do all that and stuff. Well, that's fine. I do it because it helps soften the plastic. And we all know that you can bend this and stuff like that, and you know that you're stressing it when you get the white on there, and you'll still get the white on it. Okay? But the plastic is not as brittle then, because it's soft from the glue. So that's the reason why I do it that way. The part that I blew through, I'm actually enhancing that. I'm going to make sure I push that stuff down through from the inside to make it look like somebody dropped something sharp in there and poked a hole in the bottom. And so that's what I'm doing here, is I'm trying to open that up to make it look like a tear in the metal. The blue handle things, those are my wife's clay sculpting tools, and they absolutely come in clutch for this sort of stuff. I will use anything. I'll use my fingers, I'll use the end of brushes, I'll use the bits for the Dremel, anything I can use. And so far, these things here work out really good. They have sizes anywhere from right around or just under 1 millimeter all the way up to probably, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, almost a half an inch, and they come in really good. What I'll do is I will take and I will start off with the smaller one, and then as I'm making my dent and indenting the plastic with it, I'll use the bigger ones, depending on how big I want it. This one here I'm actually going to add some bullet holes to, And the smallest one, which is, like I said, like less than a millimeter, you can see how fine that is, works really good for this. And with the plastic being soft, the shaft that thing's on, when you break through the plastic, it works out really cool, because as long as you got the plastic softened with the Tamiya extra thin there with the glue, that shaft will actually put that dent shape in there, like where the bullet just starts to graze the metal before it pierces it. And I found that really cool. I was like, oh, that's pretty badass, you know. So I love these things. I also use them for sculpting the metal, which I'm going to make a fender here in just a second. You'll see it. I use them for that as well. As you see, I use everything. My hobby knife to, yeah. I'm not done with it, but I've got the dent that I'm trying to get in there. So this is some paper thin stainless steel, and I've cut it to shape for the fender, and I'm using that little small ball on the end of that sculpting tool, and I'm putting the ridges in there. And doing this on the mat is absolutely awesome, because it has just enough give that you can put the indent or the ridge in it, but it has just enough pressure so you don't blow through it. And this is actually just as easy to blow through as the styrene is when you have it thinned out like that for dents. And so I'll put them in there, and I'll double check it up against the plastic fender from the kit. You know, I'll make sure my lines are right and they're in the right spots. They're not too long, they're not too short. Right there, I'm trying to kind of curl it some to see how much that's going to affect the ridges, because you just put a dent in there basically, and so when you curl or curve it, the shape of the fender, you're going to lose some of that. So it's one of the things I'm checking for here, and that's perfect right there. Here comes the fun one. Now, any of you guys that have watched my latest videos here, they've probably seen where I've been using 3D printed workable tracks. Well, the guy also has upgrade kits for all sorts of models, and he has one for the Panther, and he's got the stowage boxes, and he's got the tube stowage, the stowage tube here for the gun cleaning rods, and it's got the end of it cut off, and you can see the tips of the rods in there. But the coolest part is the end cap is actually hanging by a chain. And I seen that, and I thought that was totally badass. So I can put the dents in the stowage boxes, as you've seen. The stowage tube, I figured I'd give it a shot and see what I can do. I just cut the end cap off. It's basically flush with that little triangular piece on the top. And then I'm going to drill it out. Now I do, before you see the big drill come out and stuff, I do actually put some starter holes in there to get it centered and everything, and I get them pretty drilled out. But I'm just using my cordless drill. I found a drill that's the perfect size that gives me just a little bit of the outer edge, not too much though, but and without blowing through it. Worked great. Now you can see in there, you can see that it's a tube. I don't know if you noticed, but there are a couple of little dents in there. I used a file for those just to add to it. I didn't want to overshadow the end cap dangling off the chain, which I have the chain. It's photo etch. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but The one stowage box is a little bit had a little bit more done to it. Uh, you'll see that what I'm doing here, I'm doing the same thing here as I did with the first one. I gouged out all the plastic, and I'm using the glue to soften it up, and I'll add my dents to it. Uh, the thing that I really like to do here, though, is once you get your dents in it, they look cool. But I feel, and this is not me saying you have to do that, I'm never going to tell you have to do something. I feel that if you put dents in a box like this, you can't have straight, square edges. So I will go through there and I'll use my triangle files and a round file, and I will add some dents and stuff in there to break up that nice, clean, crisp, sharp edge. You'll see what I'm talking about here, because I'm going to put a pretty decent dent in the back of this one and on the bottom, and I actually connect them using my round file. And it, for me, I think it adds more realism to it than just having the dents alone. I'm telling you, these my wife's clay sculpting tools here are absolutely clutch when it comes to doing this sort of stuff. They really do. They work really good. And I'll work with them, and as you can see there, you do get that white from stressing the plastic and stuff like that. But as you've seen, I stopped, and now I'm going to go to the other sides there, and I'm going to add more to it. And I'm using quite a bit of pressure here on this. I mean, but you see, I'm just kind of going crazy with it. And on a big long area like that, if you do it that way, you'll get ripples in the dent also, which is cool. And here is where I'm, knocking down those sharp edges. I do. I honestly feel that doing that adds more realism to it, makes it look like it's been used. It's not brand new. If you got bullet holes in the other one, this one's got to have some damage. Now this here is where I'm going to connect the two dents, the one on the very back of it and then on the bottom. And as you see there, I'm just doing it in one spot. And once I get the center part of it as deep as I want it to be, then I'm going to start sanding out, or filing out, however you want to call it. I'm going to go wider with it, so it kind of blends it in and gives it that dent shape, and just really smooths it all out. And by adding that and connecting those two, it kind of looks like that edge is what got hit and caused the back part and the bottom to dent in like that, if that makes sense. Just more. The triangle one is the one that I use to put the really sharp creases in. And then once I get that in there, I will follow it up and just hit a little bit of the edge to soften the sharpness up. You know what I'm saying? I think it came out really good. There's a lot more that I'm going to be doing to this, so I didn't know if you guys would like something like this. If you guys do, as always, thank you for watching, of course. And if you like this, let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like and a comment. Let me know whether you like this. I can do more. This really isn't a tutorial, but if it helps somebody, great. So yeah, drop a like and a comment down below. I can do more of these. If you're not already, consider subscribing. That helps the channel grow. We're over halfway there to 500 by the end of the year, so let's keep this ball rolling. Yeah, this has been a fun little journey for me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. So let's keep going. Subscribing's free, except for the notification when I post new videos. We also have a Discord. Join that. It's also free, just like subscribing. Come in, hang out, chat with us, post pictures of your builds. Can't stress it enough. We have some amazing builders. They are absolutely badass and make my stuff look like complete garbage. That's cool, isn't it? Look at that photo etch chain with the end cap. I like that. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, join our Discord. It's free. Come in. Let's have some fun. And until the next video, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.